Whenever I am about to do something that I know will have negative consequences, I like to joke to my wife that future Robert is going to deal with it. She hates it, but it gives me a good laugh. When you think about it, we take that same approach when it comes to money. For example, when you go on holiday and you're tempted to spend more than you had planned to, usually think future David or Diane is going to deal with that. However, this is a problem that is particularly compelling to young people in their 20s, because you think that why not leave it up right now, then start thinking about all that investing and saving stuff when you get to your 30s or your 40s. Taking that approach might not be a good idea, because you would be wasting your most valuable resource when it comes to investing, and that is time. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you about the reasons why you need to start taking saving and investing seriously, especially if you're in your 20s. One of the reasons you need to start investing in your 20s is because the earlier you start, the more time you have to develop good investment habits. Investment success is not so much related to what you know, but your behavior. You might know a lot about different types of investment products, but if you do not have good investment habits, you are not likely to turn that knowledge into success. Think about it. Have you ever heard of someone who has retired and they received a huge amount of money? What they usually do is they decide to go and invest that money in a business, and often that business ends up failing. One reason for that is because they have spent all their lives being employees, and to be a business owner, you need a different set of behaviors in order for you to be successful. It is the same with your investing. You cannot spend your 20s being a consumer, then hope that in your 30s or your 40s, you're going to automatically develop those behaviors that are going to make you a successful investor. And so it is important for you to start early in your 20s, doing your best to save and invest when you make mistakes, nipping those bad habits in the bud, so that by the time you're getting to your 30s, when you really need to be making progress on your goals, you will have developed those good investment habits. One of the reasons we usually feel that you can delay investing to later in your life is because you might feel that in your 20s, you do not have that much money to invest. Why not wait until your salary has grown and you have more disposable income in your 30s or your 40s? Then you can start saving and investing. And the problem is that more money, more problems. The more money you keep earning, the more responsibilities you get, and the more demands are made on that income that you are making. For example, when you have an assignment that has been given to you, an assignment that would take you 1 day to complete. If you're given 30 days to complete that assignment, it is going to take you exactly 30 days. And most likely, you're going to spend that final day 30 doing all the work that you are supposed to do. And it is the same with money. If you have a little money, it's going to fit to your expenses. If you have a lot of money, your expenses are going to expand to fit that amount of money that you are making at that point in time. And so it is a good idea to start developing that habit of setting aside a particular amount of money, so that as your income increases, you can set more and more money to your saving and investing. Don't expect that you're not going to be saving right now, then later when you have kids, it's going to become easier. Rather than becoming easier, it's going to become much harder for you to do that. The final reason that you need to start saving early is because the earlier you start on your financial goals, the easier it is for you to achieve them. Let me use an example. For example, you want to have passive income of about 100,000 shillings per month. And for you to have that at 100,000 shillings per month, let's say you decide to use bonds that give you a return of 12% per year. You will need to invest 10 million in bonds that are going to give you 1.2 million per year, and then you have that 100,000 shillings per month. When you think about that 10 million shillings, You might feel that it is a huge amount, and it is a huge amount if you try to save it in a short while. For example, if you try to save that huge amount in just 1 year, you'll need to save 833,000 shillings per month. If you extend that goal to 10 years, you'll need to save 52,000 shillings per month. However, if you extend it even further to 30 years, you'll only need to save 5,700 shillings per month. And if you're working with 40 years like a 20-year-old person, then you'll even need to save much less than that amount. So the reason for this example is that the farther away your goal is into the future, or the sooner you start working on a particular goal, the easier it is for you to achieve it. When you leave off your financial goals to your 30s and your 40s, you'll find that you might be making more income in the future, but it becomes harder and harder for you to achieve those goals every year. So in conclusion, do not waste your 20s. Start saving and investing today. First of all, you need to develop those good investment habits. Second, more money, more problems. Just because you're going to have more money in the future doesn't mean you're going to have more money available for you to save and invest. You need to start developing that habit right now. The sooner you start working on your investment goals, the easier it is for you to achieve them. Don't waste the most valuable resource that you have as a 20-year-old, which is your time. Start today.